the hydrogen sulfide, rotten eggs. Yeah, that's, if you smell that, you should immediately report that to the Environment Agency. With horses, with nosebleeds, people ill. Yeah, it's we always get certain amounts of that, but there's a very delicate legal balance, and if they're caught actually venting the gas at dangerous levels, that will shut them down. So, and it's put people's health at risk. So, yeah, it should be reported to the Environment Agency.
We're going to go to the court case now. We've found a solution. We're going to move up the hill a bit so we can still see the site from there, and they'd have to do another eviction if they want us to go, so we don't have to go to court now.
At the camp, we're sort of just monitoring, keeping an eye on things at the minute. When the moratorium come in, most of these companies sort of gave up on all these sites and sort of left about 3 years ago. They haven't got permissions to frack, but they've got permissions to re-inject wells with wastewater and re-perforate the sidetrack into the shale and stuff like that. So it's still an exploratory well here. I think the former CEO here admitted that they couldn't really do anything big commercially here without the permissions to frack. But they need to frack below 1,000 metres, which is also out with even fracking regulations, so they're quite far away from doing that. But the Horse Hill in the area is just 7 new permissions, and they are coming back here, so just try to keep them out, and we'll keep them in check, because they can't be trusted, these companies. Yeah, they'll come in. Got 7 new wells permissions at Horse Hill. It's supposed to be no new wells, climate targets. It's just absolute madness, you know. So yeah, we're here to try and highlight what's happening. If they find oil here and get it commercially developed, because it's tight oil, it doesn't move. It means you need back-to-back wells. The whole place will become an oil and gas field. I'll make you a cup of tea if you want a cup of tea or coffee.
Try to kind of weave together a reflection and then a period of silence. So the idea is to be witness at the gate, to be physically there, to have a physical presence at the place where it's happening feels really important. My name's Helen Burnett. I have a parish in the area where Horse Hill fracking site is. I've lived here for 30 years and really struggled to engage people with the idea that fracking or shale oil extraction through acidification is on their doorstep. When The site at Brockham was clearly threatened with increased extraction. We felt, and activists started to realise that we needed to have a presence at Brockham again. It was felt that here were two sites very close together, and I just thought we should walk between them. And this is part of the ongoing attempt to try and let the local community know that this is happening and that this is harmful. To try to wake people up, really, but not to be antagonistic. So we'll walk from the Horse Hill site to the Brockham site, but the idea of the walk is that it will draw in activists from other areas who are engaged with fossil fuel extraction, and particularly at the moment, the need to counter the narrative that we must produce our own oil, and we need to give a different story. So if we can walk and tell that story and meet people in non-confrontational ways, then hopefully we can engage in conversation. I really believe that it's through relationship that we will engage local communities, but you have to find a way of starting the conversation. So I was approached by somebody from Wheeled Action Group who are very active in this area, and they knew of my work as an activist elsewhere and said, would I be interested in doing something at the gate, literally, and could we call it perhaps Faith at the Gate? So partly because of Extinction Rebellion's grounding in the sacred. So in the early days of Extinction Rebellion, there was a lot of talk about this being both a spiritual and a physical crisis that we face. I think I'd come to be seen as somebody who tried to weave together the climate crisis and its physical impact on real people and the fact that it affects our spiritual well-being. Given that what we were trying to hold was a vigil, so although the title is Faith at the Gate, whatever we do always has a period of silence in which people are invited to pray, meditate, be silent, whatever feels comfortable for them. And there is something, I think, peculiarly challenging about people who are apparently doing nothing, but are there. I have a very strong feeling about this area where bad stuff is happening behind fences and people aren't aware, particularly the people who live locally. There is something grounding. We tend to stand, we don't sit, but it's going down through your feet, through the tarmac into what was there before it became an extraction site. I don't know what other people think. Sometimes there's just that sense that there is this precious element beneath the ground that could stay there, that is being extracted. Right, let's do that whole section. Here we go. See these heavy bits.
Oh, just the plants are so beautiful.
You could do that solar dye I did. You could do that on paper.
Yeah, that's what I was describing. That you were doing it on fabric, weren't you? Yeah. Which one's your section?
The really raggedy looking one.
Oh, the one that's...
And also if you're doing that sort of thing in the workshop, you've got time to talk to people, so different things might come up rather than having a brief conversation with someone just passing by.
we did a little workshop with a lady who was a sculptor, and she'd dug up the clay from Horse Hill itself, and she'd prepared it in mixing it all up. And then we had a workshop where we made things from the clay from Horse Hill itself. Keep. And little badges as well.
Yeah. I
Imprinted
think it's a
with
little
Horse Hill.
badgie.
Yeah.
I had, yes. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's very therapeutic. Except when the wind blows.
Let her know when we go to
Yeah, actually, it's a cross between trying to do something really creative, but trying to do it fairly quickly. And actually, I think that might be a bit big. Like you said, if you've got these little frames.
I've just been putting stuff right across the whole streak of them just to see.
Yeah, I've done one of those there because I thought that might actually, with that stripe sort of going across, might. Yeah, who knows? I shall look forward to seeing this when it's done.
Yeah.
Shall I quickly show you how to do it and you can have a go?
Oh yes, please.
There's more bits and bobs in here actually. These are nice, aren't they?
No, that's Rob's. Rob's is very precise. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I'm bringing this over for
experimenting
with
the
Rose
regular
making
and
the dipping.
Yes.
punk developing.
What do we have a look at everybody else's?
Yeah.
So in here is a mixture of like water and soda crystals and vitamin C powder. And then when you soak the powder on the film, the like chemicals in the plants and that mixture develops to create an image on the film. And then what we'll do is we'll wait for half an hour for it to sort of develop. Yeah.
I think some of it's
I might have start on that bit.
Lots of like bits you can hold that.
Put it over the other way. Where have you got it? Yeah, no, the other way. Good, the other way. Rob's end, but this end has, must be here. There's blank there, and then that must be Rob's bits.
Yes,
That's Rob, where he goes up and down his nose.
That's minor thing, my acorn rolled off somewhere here.
Where a bit, but
That's nice. Come out well. Well, I think everybody can safely say that they're going to get a result because I got a result. So against all odds.
This one was done completely, wasn't it?
the top one.
Top one, I don't know what about these ones.
We've got one over there.
Okay, whichever one you think is next on
Top one here?
No, because I think Eleanor joined in late.
That was last, yeah.
Right, yeah.
That one, top one there.
That one's okay to go.
That one's okay.
Alright, we'll go with this one.
Yep. I'm ready.